All right, this is Bob Rutledge, and I'm going to do a video on um, your Google My Business location on the maps, your Google location on the maps, and how you can eliminate some of your competition because they have fake addresses. You're going to look them up, and you're going to find that some of your competition is listed as being at a UPS store. Uh, so if that interests you, keep listening. And as you listen, I hope right now you would, let's see, over this way, right down there in the corner, there is a subscribe button. And I would also hope you would like the video. So please hit the notification, the thumbs up for the video. All right, I'm going to minimize myself here. You don't need to look at me. And then I'm going to do a search for roofer in the Marietta, Georgia area. I'm actually located down in South Alabama, but I used to live in Marietta, and one of my customers is in the Marietta area. And so when I did a search for this, originally how I came about this is I was really I'm all the time researching on why companies get listed in the map section. Because nowadays, that's the most important place to be. Just looking at this results here. You've got Google local services. Sorry, I don't stutter like Biden does, but Google has so many things that have names that are so similar. So this is a flat rate situation here that when you call, you can click on these ads. It doesn't cost them anything. Only when you call them on their numbers, it's a tracking phone number. So that makes sense. And then you have pay-per-click now. That will cost that guy if I click on that right now. Probably 25 bucks or more. And then you have the Google Map. Used to be called the 6-pack. It's got 3 in it now. Sometimes you'll see advertising in it. But these 3 are organic listings. And I want to see more of them. I clicked on this morning and started just doing some research. Now, here's some paid advertising to be in there, these top 2. But I clicked on these next 2 or 3 here, just doing some research on them. And when I clicked on this one in particular, I was interested in their address. Let's see what happens here. When I clicked on their photos, there was some way that I told immediately right off the bat that it was not the real listing for this business. Oh, I know what it was. So I was doing research as to, how some of these have directions to them and some do not. And if you're in the kind of business like a roofing company, you're not going to have customers come to you. You're going to go to your customers. And so you're supposed to list your listing as not having an address that would show that you would list it as, you know what I'm talking about. You list it because you don't have customers come to your office. And yet, so that guy did it right, and yet he's at the top of the listing. So that's a good thing. See, I'm looking for things that show why somebody rated at the top organically, because your maps listing is the most important place to be. Sorry, I know I'm repeating myself. So I get down to this guy, and I notice that when I click on it, that if I went to his website, open link in a new tab, this is what got me suspicious. First of all, his website's not secure. In this day and age, you need to have an SSL certificate on all of these. But I scrolled down and could never find an address of any kind anywhere, including on his, I think he had a contact us page. Yes, he does. And here's how it came about. And so the page didn't load right. I clicked on that, and I got a little suspicious about this address here, that why things weren't working out right. And when I did that, I saw this, and I saw that picture there, and I go, well, what is that? And so I went to Street View, and Shazam, let me get my picture out of the way. It's a UPS store. So here's the point to the whole video. You have enough competition out there as it is. You need to get rid of the illegitimate competition. Google bases almost all of their search for small businesses on where the proximity of the searcher is. So if I'm standing in Marietta, Georgia, on one side of I-75, I'm going to get totally different results when I'm on the other side of I-75. If I go one block north, I'm going to get different results than one block south. It's proximity marketing is what I call it. Well, you've got enough problems with legitimate people coming in and taking your leads or competing against you to get a lead. You don't need folks like this. And I've been known to do it, but I'm just telling you, this, if you went in today and thought you could sign up as a UPS store address, you'd get kicked out immediately. But there's something about some of these old ones that got grandfathered in. And, I've told my clients they need to complain to Google about it. And here's how you complain to Google about it. You go back to this listing here, and you will see suggest and edit. Let me move this guy over here again and click on suggest and edit, and then go down here and click on remove this place. One of the things you want to do probably before you do that is go back to that picture I saw a minute ago and do a screen capture of it. Now, I use Google Chrome, and the way you do a screen capture on this, you probably know how to do it on your phone as well. But I click on the three dots, more tools, screenshot, and it takes a picture of this. And so when I went to make remove this place, I clicked on here, permanently doesn't exist, I think is what I put there. And then, or spam or fake or offensive. And then I went, it's not offensive, but it is spammy and fake. And then I went to the most recent pictures I'd taken, and for whatever reason, I can't get that to come up right now, but I attached it to it. And that way I'm giving Google enough information, and you can see Google is reviewing your suggestion where I put place does not exist. And so it says your edit is being reviewed. You need to go through and go through all of your competition and find the ones that are not legitimate. It's just for your own benefit. Now, again, if you want to find out more tips, click the suggest. I do marketing videos every day or nearly every day, and you'll be notified of them. If you like them, hit the thumbs up button. Now, let's go on and talk a minute about Google My Business. So, Google My Business now, and I've been doing this since before there was a Google. Your Google My Business listing, and for those of you that don't really understand it, I'll type in my own business. Do a search for it, and you'll see this box over here. So it's your listing. This is all fed. Your work area, pictures that you've taken, links to your website. You go in and edit you go in and can't edit your reviews. Wish you could. You go in and respond to your reviews. You post articles. I need to post an article on this one because they expire every 6 days. And so you doing things to your Google My Business now is the new search engine optimization, I'm going to call it. I think it's more important than your website. You can see here that I did a recent change of the headline to my website, and it shows up already. Probably did this just a couple of 3 days ago. I'll tell you, it might even show what day it was cached on. Let's take a look at that. March the 12th. So, I get Google coming back to the spiders, the robots, whatever you want to call them, come back and look over my webpage pretty quick because I add a lot of content to it. You can see where the views have gone up in the past 28 days from adding content. Um, so you need to go into your Google My Business page, and the way you log into it is with your Gmail account, and you need to be doing constant updates here. You need to have, you can also get an app for it. In fact, the app is really what you should be doing a lot of work with. You put it on your phone. If you're a tradesman, you're out installing a floor, let's say you're out, you're a plumber repairing a toilet, you're whatever you do, you take a picture of it and you upload it on your phone through your Google My Business app, and it will show up on here under photos. And you can see from the photographs that I've uploaded over time how many views it's gotten. It all helps, 26 views in 4 weeks. Some of these are pictures I just recently uploaded. I'd taken them a long time ago. But you go down here to some of the others, 24 weeks ago, that little picture has had 700 views. 25 weeks ago, the same pictures only had 40 views. Now, I'll tell you what happened there. I will bet that this one was uploaded as a client. And so what you do is, if you'll go look at your listing, you'll see a place. If you log in as a different user, you'll see a place to upload photographs. So try it for one of your friends' businesses or a business you like. So let's say you're out at McDonald's. If you go look up that McDonald's location on Google, it'll show that Google business listing that I was showing you about my business a minute ago, or this. And if you scroll around, you'll find a place to add photographs. So if you take a picture of the food, if you take a picture, if let's say you're a plumbing contractor, but you had a flooring contractor come out and do some flooring work for you, you go look up his page, you take some pictures of the work he's done, and you post it as the customer onto his Google My Business listing. So I hope that makes sense. Let's try. So if I go here, see, I'm signed in right now. I don't know if it's going to show it. Yeah. Under every circumstance, it will show add a photo. So if I were even listed as incognito or another person, I can add photographs. If I add it right now, it's obviously going to list it as me, the owner, uploading photographs. But you get the customers to upload these. It's like catnip. Google loves that stuff. I've taken exactly what you saw it a minute ago. One picture had 700 views. Exactly the same picture uploaded a week earlier, it only had 40 views. The 40 view one I had uploaded. The 700 view one, I uploaded it under another Google Gmail address that I use for that purpose. In fact, you can set up other Gmail addresses too and upload some photos as a customer. So here I am telling you to get rid of your competition that's using a UPS store, and then I'm telling you how to game the system by coming up with other Gmail addresses and uploading photographs. But even better is to get your clients to do it. So that's one way to get your business to rank better in Google My Business. The other thing is to adjust your service area. Now, in reality, my service area is the United States. I've had customers in Las Vegas. I don't have one there now, but I've got them. I've had them in Phoenix, Las Vegas, Houston, Dallas. Still got them in Dallas. Atlanta, still got them in Dallas, and Atlanta. Got several in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and then I've got them all the way down here in Pensacola, Mobile area, and hopefully going to get them in all points in between. So play with the area that you want to service. My suggestion is this: pick the one zip code. if you're in a highly populated area, pick just the one zip code that you actually are in. Run ads everywhere else. And then hopefully you'll dominate. You can expand out and see how that affects your traffic. Let me give you an example here. So if I go to Insights, and this is why you don't need Google marketing experts as much as you once did. There's a lot of this you can do yourself, but you will find that it's hard to do it on a consistent basis. And so you wind up having to hire someone to do it for you so that it's done right and done on a consistent basis. But there's certain things you can do. So like I wanted to come up for, you can see now that I'm showing up for the word Google, digital marketing, HVAC marketing, internet in my area. That's not internet near me. That's not going to do you any good. Not going to do me good. Marketing agencies near me. So I've been playing with different search terms and also different coverage areas. You go into the info section here and change your coverage area. I'm going to change it right now. But you'll notice, see, I don't want people coming to my location. So I don't, my address isn't listed. The problem is to me, and it just stands to good reason, makes sense, is that the bigger your service area, the more competition you got. So it's harder to rank in Google Maps. This will actually show. So if I go to Insights, this was the part I meant to cover a moment ago. You'll see that you are ranked on here for the number of times you showed up in the search listing and the number of times you showed up on the maps listing. So for the quarter, you can see on the search listing, I showed up more often than on the map section. It's common. I have had it flipped around. You want it flipped around. If I go back to weekly, it says it's not enough data. There was a place on here a moment ago that I could have swore showed that I was showing up in the map section a lot more. I've done another video about why I posted about Google. Here you go. So yeah, well, it's gone up. That's what it is. So the maps views has gone up 600%, but it's still lower than search views. I've got clients where maps views way outshine search listings. And which is more important? Again, let's do a search. So let's do lawyers. And this is just in my local area. I live in a little town called Foley, Alabama. And you'll see that this is geo-targeted for, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking for lawyers in Gainesville, Florida. So I was going to say I didn't recognize the streets. And so you'll see that this is thinking I'm in a certain zip code in Florida, and it's going to give me the ones listed there. If I were to just go to Gainesville, Florida in general, it's going to give me so Gregory's at the top now. It's 3 different ones, and it's pulling off the center of Gainesville, Florida itself, what they consider to be the geo center of that. Again, lower. If I'm a service provider like a heating and air contractor, now a small, a company that's got one or two trucks, and it's a pretty well populated area, I might just have the one zip code so I can dominate that zip code. Maybe come back after a month or two of allowing it to run like that. And you need to make notes about the changes you make if you're doing your own marketing. Add a second zip code. See if that increases your views in the map section or lowers your views in the map section. And if it lowers, go back to the one zip code. In my particular case, I'm down in I won't say sparsely populated area, but it's certainly not the biggest in the country. We're near Gulf Shores, Alabama. And so if you look, let me do flooring contractor. and that's all I'm going to search for. I'm not going to put a location in. And so you can see I live down near Mobile Bay, near Gulf Shores, Alabama, Orange Beach, Perdido Key, and flooring contractors um, are listed here. And then to figure out why somebody's on top of another, um, you got to work on your listing is probably the number one reason. Anyway, I hope that helps. I kind of rambled on and I apologize about that. So work with the area that you're trying to get listed in. You want to see your maps listings above your search listings. Uh, Search listings are so far down the page now, they're not even worth trying for. It's all about, if you're a local contractor, you've got to get listed there. So you got to get listed in the map. Hope that's been helpful. And again, hope you will subscribe to the videos. Thanks.